We are coming on the air at this hour with breaking news. The United States has just struck two Iranian-linked locations in eastern Syria. That, the U.S. says, is in retaliation for attacks against U.S. personnel. A new statement from Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin says that these were what the U.S. is calling self-defense strikes. They describe them as precision self-defense strikes against two facilities in eastern Syria. These are against what the U.S. officials describe as Iranian-backed forces, Iranian-backed attacks against U.S. forces. And the statement from Secretary Austin says they are unacceptable and must stop. Iran wants to hide its hand and deny its role in these attacks against our forces. We will not let them. Joining us on the phone is Gabe Gutierrez from Washington, who has been following this for us. He is senior White House correspondent. Gabe, thank you so much for being with us on such short notice. What do we know at this hour about these strikes and what they may mean about the U.S.'s military posture in that region?
Well, hi there, Jake. Well, as you said, the statement coming out just a short time ago from the Defense Secretary, and it comes as the U.S. military, there have really been rising tensions in the region over the war in Israel. And the Defense Secretary called the attacks separate and distinct from that ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. But the reality, Jake, is that as tensions have been rising in the region, there has been an uptick in these types of attacks against U.S. facilities. And while the U.S. has said that it does not believe that Iran was directly responsible or gave the green light for the Hamas terrorist attack against Israel, it has been saying that Iran is broadly complicit for funding Hamas and also other proxies really throughout the region. And President Biden has repeatedly warned other actors throughout the region not to exploit this situation. So again, this comes at a time between October 17th and the 24th, U.S. and coalition forces were attacked at least 10 separate times in Iraq, 3 times in Syria, by a mix of drones and rockets, according to the Pentagon. And on October 18th, at least 2 one-way attack drones targeted a military base in southern Syria. And on the same day, there were also 2 separate drone attacks against U.S. and coalition forces stationed at a U.S. base in western Iraq. So again, these launched strikes come as retaliation for that, basically warning Iran and its proxies to back off, Jake.
And Gabe, in the statement from Secretary Austin, he specifically mentions the attacks you are describing, that series of attacks in Iraq and Syria, and it specifically, of course, names Iran as the backer of the proxy forces that it says carried out these attacks. It also, his statement also mentions the U.S. personnel, one of whom died of a cardiac event while taking shelter during one of the attacks. It was unrelated to the actual danger from the attacks, other than that it happened contemporaneously with it. And then it mentions that 21 U.S. personnel suffered minor injuries, but all have since returned to duty. Considering just how much death and destruction we have been looking at around the Israel-Hamas war, it is striking to me, and I wonder what you make of this, just how fiercely the United States seems to be striking back in response to something that has, even it says in its statement here, involves minor injuries. What does that suggest to you about the level of tolerance the U.S. has for violence directed at its personnel and its facilities in the region?
Well, look, that statement does describe it as minor injuries, but at least some of those were reported to be traumatic brain injuries. So some discussion about how minor they are, in fact. But Jake, this is something that for the past several days we've been hearing just kind of more stronger talk from the White House, and even just earlier today, National Security spokesman John Kirby. I'm reading, looking through a transcript really quickly, and he basically said, we're going to do what we have to do to protect troops in our facilities. And he basically said that as commander-in-chief, that's the president's decision to make, and he'll make it in a, quote, time and manner of his own choosing. So that statement came just several hours ago, perhaps telegraphing what, the president may, the decision he was about to make. And again, we're just now getting the statement from the defense secretary that, in fact, U.S. military forces conducted what are described, the statement says, as self-defense strikes on those two facilities in eastern Syria. So certainly huge developments, but potentially this, has larger implications for the future of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Even though this statement says that this is separate and distinct from that. But this does not happen in a vacuum, Jake. Tensions across the region are extremely high. And the Biden administration is really scrambling to prevent this from becoming a wider war. That's why they, sent those carrier strike groups to the region. And over the last several days, we've been hearing about these increased attacks on U.S. and coalition forces. So in some sense, it was a matter of time between when those attacks were happening against U.S. forces in the region and when the U.S. would have to respond. The question now is, how does Iran respond to this? And does this risk a further escalation, given that tensions are already so high between Israel, Hamas, and also the concerns about the growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, but now does this, develop into a wider war, which the Biden administration has said that it certainly wants to avoid.
Senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joining us now. Again, U.S. forces have struck two facilities in eastern Syria in what it describes as a self-defense action in retaliation for repeated strikes against U.S. military personnel and facilities in Iraq and Syria.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.